Ladies and gentlemen,
Standing
I'm
5'8" and 1/4 inches tall, hailing from
should have won a high school
Seattle,
championship.
Washington.
Seattle, Washington, folks. Never won a state championship,
But should have.
but has a
should've.
3.7-star rating on her Uber.
How do you know
How do you
that?
know
I don't. I made
Pervert
Oh my
alert.
God, that would be incredible.
How do you
I
know
actually was
someone's
looking to
Uber
log
rating?
into my Uber. I had to download the Lyft app because I couldn't get into Uber.
Well,
I'm
which
so
one do you have a
pissed.
deal with? Go ahead, plug all your sponsors.
Okay, so mine are all.
Recently, people have been asking me about my skincare routine.
Oh my God, I'm back on Accutane. My skin was breaking out. I just got my blood drawn this morning. Look at
Jeez,
this.
we get it. You have blood.
Hey,
You
I'm
get it,
not
you're
afraid.
flawed.
You do have great skin. And Mark and I were discussing skin
What's that like?
techniques.
So the flawed part or having good skin?
Yes.
Ladies
These
and
are
gentlemen.
pleather, so that that's
Yeah.
what you wanted
That's
to know.
pleather?
Yeah.
Prove it.
Swipe up.
So we know each other from Extra.
Extra. Yeah,
Meta-
it's actually
medi-
my ex. He
Extra,
just included
extra.
the show. This is my ex.
Yes.
Adam and I dated for some time.
Yep. It was a short time. I was still working at Albertsons in Lake Forest Park, which you probably went to.
And I was at the Great Harvest Bread Company.
Oh my God,
Whoa.
Mark, we
What
don't
did
need you
you
for
do?
this conversation.
Yeah, I'm
This
just
is
gonna.
you know how the term, I know you like baseball, this is inside baseball. Him and
Yeah.
I are going to be doing this all, how long's our show? 3 hours?
Yeah.
Great.
Well, let's
Great.
tell people. So, born and raised in Seattle.
Born and raised in Seattle.
Yeah. What part specifically?
Bothell.
Bothell. Okay. Which is just.
Actually, Kenmore, but I'm so embarrassed I say Bothell.
Did you go bowling at Kenmore Lanes?
Of course I did.
My mom threw me a birthday party at Kenmore Lanes, and we got kicked out because my friend
nothing
threw
to
his
you.
ball
Tag
into
me in,
another
tag me
lane.
in, tag me in.
No, you're Rich
Nothing.
Orange County. We
Yeah,
have no
dude,
time
got
for
you
you.
didn't have single mom bowling alley birthday parties. Fuck off, man. Okay, so you went to Inglemoor High School.
Yes.
Big sports fan?
Huge sports fan.
Yeah,
Grew up
played.
loving the Mariners, loved the Seahawks. I had a Brian Bosworth poster on my wall growing up.
Whoa.
Steve
Whoa.
Largent. Like,
Whoa.
the whole
What poster's
group.
on your wall now?
Yours.
Yes.
It's your comedy schedule and your tour
Oh
dates.
my
Woof.
God, I have a stalker.
Yeah. Well, I have had one too. Anyways, let's not talk about me right now.
Okay, so you football became a big part of your obviously NFL Fox Sunday. You crush on even just starting to get out into the media business. Like, does what you're doing now even seem plausible, or is it like pipe dream? And you know you have to because you've done a lot of jobs, crushed them all, and it seems like. If you were to look at it, on an outline level, that's what you have to do to get to where you're at.
I assume you mean the crushing that my waitressing at the Cheesecake Factory
Yes.
in Bellevue Square?
I wanted.
Whoa.
Look, I
you
know
really
this body
start
doesn't
there?
look like it's great and all white, but it's a lot like the couch. It does.
Do you remember the spiel at Cheesecake Factory?
No, I just kept dropping the bread in the back and kept putting it back in the basket. I was like, no one's gonna know.
They do
It's
that.
Fine.
And
Okay,
what year was
please
this?
do. This would have been 2003.
If
Yeah.
you're suffering from mesothelioma, looking for a class action suit.
Okay, so you really.
Okay, so I'll answer directly
Yes.
for once. So I grew up a huge sports fan. My mom, we always went to church on Sunday, and my dad wouldn't go to church. He's like, I'm watching football.
watch games.
So I was like, after I got older and around like 10 years old, I was like, I'm over going to Sunday school. So I was like, Dad, can I stay home with you? He goes, yeah, but you cannot talk. And I was like, cool. So I'd sit on the couch and then slowly, because I would listen and not talk, he would teach me things. He's like, this is offsides, this is a false start, this is
Very good.
cover two, like whatever. He just
That's
started
cool.
breaking down the game, and it was a way to bond with my dad. And I don't have dad issues, although my therapist tried to say I did. I was like, look, I could write the check for that. I have no issues.
Listen, it's not
I've
a big
got other
deal.
issues, but daddy
Yeah.
issues are one of them.
I'm seeing somebody about it, but it's really not a big deal.
I know. It's fine. Don't you love her? Isn't she great?
Oh my God.
Anyways, press the red light. That's always weird, right? Where it's like you don't know if they're coming out. Sometimes I press the wrong
Yeah.
therapist. They walk out. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, again? Anyways, so I spent a lot of time watching football growing
Hey, do you
up.
want to do a podcast with me instead of?
I'd love to, but
Yeah.
these people probably tuned out by now.
Yeah, if we could turn up that sound effect louder, that'd be great. By the way, Chrissy,
Anyways, I love sports. I always wanted to be a sports reporter. I interviewed my brother when I was 11 years old with a paper towel
heard
roll
this.
and a tennis
Yeah.
ball.
Jay
that's
Buhner. You
cool.
pretended he was Jay Buhner.
Yeah, well, because he's white. So I was like, hey,
Hilarious.
yo, be Jay Buhner. And he's like, well, I want to be Ken Griffey. I'm like, well, that's not going to work here. So you're Jay Buhner.
You're a
or-
child and you're losing your hair. This is what
Yeah.
you're doing. Yeah.
Nice.
Wait,
he was.
He was?
Yeah, he was on
Oh.
Reseda Boulevard. You know what I mean?
Too
Early.
soon.
Reseda Boulevard. Do you remember your first questions when you're interviewing your brother?
I have the VHS tape somewhere, but I mean, he was reluctant. He was 2 years older, and he was like 13 years old. He's like, this is so stupid. But then I was like, no, please do it. He's like, yeah, like into it, whatever. So
And now, does he say like, "You're welcome"?
yeah, he does actually. He's my agent. He takes the 10%.
He should.
Are you serious?
No,
That's
but
a lie.
you're also gullible.
Damn
That's
it.
why this works. You
The Gullible
two are
Brothers.
the
I knew I shouldn't
Gullible
have
Group.
asked
Is that
We're starting a new podcast called Gullible
As soon
Travels.
as it came out, I just.
Gullible
Damn it.
Yeah, that's good. That deserved that laugh. Mark missed it, but thank you so much.
It's on the wall behind you, Mark. It went right over your head.
You went to school at Santa Barbara.
I went to school in Santa Barbara.
But not for
because-
sports.
Yeah, because who gives a shit? You just need a degree. Right?
Okay.
Can we say shit?
Yeah, you can say anything.
Okay, great.
Whoa.
My parents had no money. They're like, yo, if you want to go to California, you got to pay for school. I went to community college for the first 2 years. Like,
Where?
Whatever. Grossmont, Mesa, City. I was
Whoa.
all over the map.
Damn.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because I had all these jobs. Some of us have to work for a living, Mark. And so then I
Yeah, we can't just
would-
be gifted.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Ouch.
So I'd go to school at nights, and then I transferred up to Santa Barbara, and then because I just wanted to go to school in Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara rules.
Who cares?
Was
Yeah.
it awesome?
It was incredible.
Well, you're coming
Yeah.
from rainy Seattle.
Yeah,
like,
it's gorgeous.
that
Everyone's
seems
like,
like-
why Santa Barbara? I'm like, say that again slower.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and lick
Why
your lips
Santa
while you say
Barbara?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Is there something about you study like law and what at Santa Barbara?
Yeah, it's dumb. It was like a pre-law degree because I thought if the broadcasting deal doesn't work out, which
Oh, I'll
I
just
didn't
go
think
be
it
an
would.
attorney.
No, I thought I'd be a sports agent. I was
Oh.
like, I'll negotiate
Wow.
contracts and
That's
do
cool.
that. So I did a bunch of internships while I was in school, down KNBC down in LA, KYT, the local affiliate up in Santa
Yeah.
Barbara, and that was how I learned, the broadcasting side of things. And then right after school, I took a job at Fox Sports in the human resources department because it's the only job that they had open. I lied.
You worked in HR?
I did. I'm a violation in every way.
How?
Exactly. I lied to get the
What?
job. I was like, I love people and all this stuff. And he's like, okay, this interview is horrible. So I leave and I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going to get this job. So I call him back. He gives me his card and I call him back and I'm like, so that interview didn't go so well. He's like, where are you? I'm like, the parking lot. And I said, I lied. I don't want to work in HR. I want to be on air, but I get that it's a long road to
Yeah.
doing that. I said, but I
Give me a
felt
foot in the
bad
door,
about lying because HR is all about ethics and whatnot, which I
Whatever.
did.
What
and
a
so
conscience.
he
Who'd have
hired
thought?
me because I was honest. So, kids, this is a PSA.
Here's your kids cam right here.
for
Yeah,
honesty.
that's your kids cam.
Yeah, but he hired me,
PSA.
and so then I would, do the HR stuff during the day. By that I mean I'd go through people's files, see who made what. Like, I did.
You were making
I
like
would
a...
drink on my lunch breaks. I was bad.
Whoa.
Yeah,
but
it's fine.
But have you always had this
What?
personable, like charismatic, like good-
Tourette's? Yes, I've always had
hilarious.
Tourette's.
So that job then
positive spin on her
yeah,
issues. That's good.
That job leads to
So then I would go, anyways, I do production stuff
Yeah.
when I wasn't in HR. And then a job became available in Denver with remember all the RSNs, like Fox Sports Regional, like Rocky
Oh,
Mountain,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that stuff. So I went out to Denver and became a production assistant. They had a girl there that was doing the Rockies baseball coverage. They didn't renew her contract. I said, just let me do it. I'll do it for free. If I'm horrible, who cares? If I'm good, then.
just wanted the experience.
And so I kept doing it, and then I ended up traveling with the baseball team, and then I came back to work on the Best Damn Sports Show.
Yep, crushed.
Oh, whoa.
Loved that show,
Yeah.
right? So that was for 2 years, and then I would do that during the week, and I'd go work sidelines for a Big Ten game on Saturday, and then I would do sidelines for an NFL game on Sunday.
Grinding.
So-
Was that schedule? Because your schedule still now is bonkers. You'll like fly to San Fran to interview Sherman, and then fly back here, and then fly to. I mean, it's like
Now it's easy. It was
Okay.
really only really, really busy when I was doing extra and Fox, because I would do extra during the week.
But you
and then-
started at Fox, then jumped to Extra?
Yeah, because
And then went back to Fox.
I worked at Fox. Then I got hired by ESPN. I worked there for a couple years, and I came back when Fox Sports 1 launched. When
Oh,
FS1
that's right,
launched.
FS1.
And so I would go and do a show at night there. It was like Donovan McNabb, Gary Payton, Andy
Oh,
Roddick.
okay.
We tried to like recreate the Best Damn Sports
Yeah,
Show
yeah,
vibe
yeah.
at night. So that was for a couple years, but I would work at Extra during the week. So I took the entertainment job because it was a great opportunity.
Mario.
Yeah, with Mario. Yeah.
who's
so
got better calves, Adam Ray or Mario Lopez? And you don't have to answer that here.
I only heard the name Adam Ray, so Adam Ray for
Great,
sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
We met on Extra.
We did.
By the way, that to me is like such an easier said than done job of like being like if you're sweet and personable and good, but like the voiceover part is what I always judge when I watch those shows, and you always make it seem so conversational. Because it's so easy to be like, rumor control. We caught Tom Hanks doing shots of Patron outside of Chuck E. Cheese with a half-naked Lindsay Lohan. Was it true? No, it obviously wasn't, but it's a thing to talk about. Sometimes they would. It's so
pretty good.
hokey, but yours
That's
always,
amazing.
yours always sounded like it was like I was like, oh yeah, she's just like a buddy talking about entertainment.
Thank you. That's nice.
We met on the. It was a.
Wait, why were you on Extra?
Dude, I know, right? I'm not even a celeb, but here's why. I did one season of CW's
Like
and Mad
Stars, they're
TV.
just like
Make-A-Wish
us.
kid or
Stars
something?
are just like, dude, let me live a normal life on my own show. It was me,
that in
Nick
my
Viall from The Bachelor, and Jason Derulo. It was fun. And then you came to some comedy shows, and you've just been so sweet. And having the Seattle connection, I want to hear this. When you're in this business now, how much does the sports stuff help to have like a common ground as you're climbing the ranks?
Oh, that's a good question. A lot, especially when I worked in entertainment because I didn't know shit about entertainment. There would be actors. I'm like, who's that? They're like, that's Charlie Hanayam. I don't even know his name.
Hanayam, yeah. Hyman. It's
I
Hyman.
knew
Nobody knows
no,
that.
I'm like, hey, look, I'll pop the question. I
Oh
don't know.
my
I didn't know.
God.
I had no idea who half these people were. It's like
That's
so.
tough. But I feel like it's harder to fake sports stuff.
Oh, for sure, because
right?
you quickly
Unless you're just throwing
couldn't agree more.
like questions to people, like
you get
interviewing.
exposed real quick on that. Yeah.
If you miss something, people
100%.
are on.
Like, how do you
especially now.
prep for? How do you do Clooney prep? You know, like, do you just go?
Oh no, you don't. He's the greatest.
Is he?
Like, and I always said the bigger the star, the nicer they were. Like those guys have been asked
That makes me
every
happy.
question, you know. And so my thing was always like, let me ask something that they haven't been asked before.
Sure.
Like these interviews
Like, I
suck,
didn't just
right?
read
And
your
they're
bio.
like, yeah. Like I would go into junkets and the questions I was supposed to ask,
Mm-hmm.
I would just give it to like Margot Robbie. I'm like, which ones do you want to talk about? And so then she would start interviewing like Alexander Skarsgård, like
Yeah.
she was in
that's cool.
Tarzan with, and then that was the interview. I sit back and do nothing. Because entertainment's all about getting them to do like have a moment with them that you're not going to also see on the
Right.
other 7 outlets.
And the story sells.
Yeah,
the good
and I
story
would
sells.
totally. I would say to my boss, she's like, "You hate entertainment." I go, "No, that's not true." I said, "I love people." So
Yeah.
if I can if it's my job to get the best out of the person, whether it's the athlete, whether it's the comedian and male model,
Yeah, thank you.
or it's the A-list actor, it's like, let me just get something out of them that you haven't heard from anywhere else.
And we need to talk football, if you don't mind.
No, please.
Did you watch all the games? You obviously have
Yeah.
to watch all
Did
the
you
games.
watch the Seattle game?
Of course, I watched the Seattle game
That was a
at
stupid question.
Hanano's Cafe in Venice.
Whoa.
Cash only.
Is it a Seahawks bar?
Whoa.
No, but it's a great bar. It's like
It is?
sawdust on the floor. I'm not at like some fancy place where you would watch games, like the Parlor.
Or my home?
Wow.
Yeah, or the TV on a plane. Do you
American.
like to watch the game? Do you like to watch the game outside of like the studio? Like,
Well, normally I don't get to because on Sunday after our show I do game breaks.
Yep.
And so I have to stay in studio and do all the updates into other games. So I'll just sit
So
on
much.
desk. So yesterday I loved it because I could watch the game and have a beer.
yep.
So
That's good. Did
What-
you watch with your new hubby?
Oh,
Can we
it's
talk
a
about
fiance.
this?
He might bail out of this thing real quick.
Congratulations, by
thank
the
you
way.
Congrats.
so much.
Actually, I have something for what his first name is.
Kyle.
And last name?
Not Rudolph. Thousand is his last
Thousand, yeah.
name.
So I have a gift.
A real
Whoa.
last name. Wow,
Mark.
this is exciting. Adam, what the hell did you get me?
It's on the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mail my
Amazon
gifts like an
Prime.
adult.
This is exciting.
Whoa,
Oh,
Mark.
What's going on here? That's amazing.
Oh my God.
Seriously. Everyone's like, are you going to take
That's-
his last name? I'm like,
and Adam
million.
It says, congratulations, Carissa and Adam Million.
Yeah, that's right. Because you know what? I've upgraded. I was engaged to 1,000. Now I'm engaged to 1 million.
Yep. And
Hey.
this is how we're telling people.
You know
Let's
what?
tell
Look,
them.
I'm sorry. You know, it's like free agency. You know, we're just making trades. That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Did you cry during your proposal?
Hell no. No, I'm not. No, and that doesn't mean I don't love him. I just am not that girly.
I just don't love him that much.
No, I'm just
You
not
look so happy in
girly
your
like
picture.
that. I
It
was.
was very
I
sweet.
just didn't think it was going to happen because I'm not cliche, and so the fact that he proposed in Hawaii was like a whole thing because I had PTSD because the last time I was in Hawaii was with an ex and he cheated on me, and I
No.
found the text messages while I knew he had the ring.
No!
So like,
Whoa.
I swear to God.
Extra, extra.
Yeah,
That,
so-
wait, why? Okay, that
Couples
is.
news at 11.
Wait a s-
But Dallas Rains want to say news at 11.
Now, should that be on?
Dallas Rains.
Rains.
Good
That shouldn't be
pull.
on Kyle to know that, to go back to the place where.
No, Kyle
He
was
didn't
great.
know.
No, but that trip was already planned before I met him. I've known him for like 5 minutes, and so that's exactly why I said yes.
That's
Because I'm like,
awesome.
he's gonna change his mind if we draw this thing out longer.
You're hilarious.
I'm like, let's just get this thing in now.
Is he a
Oh my
football
God.
fan?
No. Oh, that's
Baseball,
not true.
right?
He is. He went to school at Iowa. He played baseball. He is a baseball agent.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but he loves football. Yeah, and he appreciates. He gets my gig.
Good.
So we want to. You watch all the games. We have a big schedule coming up next weekend.
Yep.
Let's go through the games and get a look ahead with Charissa Thompson. Cue the theme music. I'll just sing what it's going to be. Look ahead with Charissa Thompson. We're looking ahead. We're looking ahead, and Mark Sanchez is here too. Okay.
Budget cuts.
Budget cuts. We lost our theme music on
No
episode
theme
No,
one.
music,
no
no
water.
water.
Do you want my lozenge from my pocket? All right.
Right now, I do actually.
Okay.
do we
First
got?
game, Vikings,
Vikings,
Niners.
Oh
Niners.
yeah.
Lot to
What do
break
you got?
down.
Look, I told you I lost handily on the Vikings Saints game. I should root for the Vikings because I actually met my fiance on a plane to do an interview
Whoa.
with Danielle Hunter earlier this year.
Whoa.
And we sat next to each other on the plane. So I don't know why I'm not rooting for the Vikings, but I actually
Niners at home. You
I
like
know it's hard.
And Kittle, is he not maybe the best
The
player in
best.
football
Iowa,
right now?
loves him.
Angry.
Yeah,
Your
Iowa.
boy,
Kittle
your guys
loves
gotta
him.
love him. But
Yeah,
he's
great.
he's just angry.
He's just
he will refuses to get tackled. I love it.
That Seattle game when they didn't have him.
It's unbelievable.
So he's a huge difference maker for them. I'm stating the obvious, but I got to go Niners at home.
Oh man, okay.
Are
I
we just
think
doing
that's fair.
predictions? Are we not doing predictions? What are
Yeah,
we
no,
doing?
we are. Yeah.
Oh, okay, too talented.
you
Of
pick
course,
'cause I hate
up
picking.
front. Yeah, I heard that about you. What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? You're picky.
I need to.
I'm waffly. I'm waffly.
I'm waffly.
Yeah.
I need to hear though from a diehard Hawks fan.
Yeah.
Interviewing Sherman.
Yes.
I know we both love our Hawks. That time was probably no better time in Seattle sports in a
Nope.
long time.
The best time.
Probably the best.
Yeah. The Mariners in their heyday were good, but they still didn't do shit.
Football changes the
Griffey
city.
Jr. and Senior, that had to be cool.
Oh, Edgar
So cool.
Martinez. You had
Ooh,
Randy
good call.
Johnson.
The 90s were amazing.
Yeah, Randy Johnson.
The Sonics 90s were
But they
amazing.
didn't win anything.
No.
Like,
Sean Kemp.
Sean
Okay,
Kemp,
sorry.
where's the Rain Man? What's he doing?
I texted with him for a month, and then it said not delivered.
That's incredible.
It is.
I hate when the green bounces back at you with the exclamation point. I hate
It's
that.
the worst, especially from your childhood hero. So, did Sherman left very obviously not favorable, but I think
that
a lot
team
of
after the Super Bowl, we all know what happened.
right.
Yeah.
That's why.
It was two different teams after
Fractured.
that.
How did you view it as a fan and someone in the business, knowing that we signed him twice, we paid him, we had to hit the reset button, we had to do what we did when we got him and all the young guys.
Hey, look, it's a business. He understands that, and I interviewed him earlier this year in San Francisco.
Yes,
and
it was amazing.
He negotiated his own contract this time, like Bobby Wagner did, and these guys are getting more savvy in that space. And Mark, you can speak to it a lot more than I could. But Richard, it's a very intelligent guy, of course, went to Stanford, but he's smart enough to also understand, look, this is a business, and this was a time, and this was a window, and it was a great run, and now it's over, and I'm going to go somewhere.
Move on
Being
and
in the
play.
Northern California guy that he is, he's like, I love it for my family. This team can win. Having worked with John Lynch has done an incredible
Awesome.
job with
He's
his
best.
organization. He is class act from top to bottom. We used to work games together. I'd never even worked
He's
one
great. He's
game.
great.
Pulled me aside, said anything you need. I mean, this was back in 2008, and he's just the best. And I did an interview with Jimmy Garoppolo earlier this year. He walked him down. It was like, Carissa, Jimmy, and obviously,
cool.
he's just and everybody wants to play for him, Richard included. So I think that he's very happy in the end with his choice, and I think that they will be successful on Sunday.
Well, I hope they lose. You guys think they'll win. I'm taking the Vikings because I want the Niners to lose, and I want Sherman to cry because I said what's up to him one time
You're
in a
such a
Hyatt
hater,
lobby,
dude.
and he didn't give me the time
He
of day.
probably didn't hear
he
you.
didn't hear
He
you.
probably had
You know-
AirPods in.
I was right next to him.
No.
Marshawn Lynch gave me this right before he went to the elevator.
No, he was throwing
I
back
looked at
another
Lynch and he just
Skittle,
went like
dude.
that,
That
and I
wasn't
went
even
like
a
that.
hide
His
you.
neck hurt. He was like,
Okay,
stretching.
you know what? I have friends. Seahawks, Packers.
Not,
Who-
not, you know who's not his friend? Sean Kemp.
oh, too soon.
Burn.
Seahawks, Packers. Who you guys taking?
Seahawks road record 8-1. They're
Even in
11-2
frozen
games
tundra.
decided
Oh,
by.
dogs.
They don't care. They've got Packers. Should we go back to the 2014 NFC Championship game?
Oh my.
Let's bring it back,
on,
shall
right?
we? The Seahawks are deficient in a lot of different areas, but I say this all the time. Like Tom Brady, you don't bet against Russell Wilson.
Mark?
I agree with that. I said this I feel like I said it on Get Up, but I just said, if I'm playing pickup basketball, if I have to get in a bar fight, if I have to play 2-on-2 ping pong, I want Russell Wilson on my team.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Anything.
He just wins. He's
Yep.
just like Pete. They just win,
Yep.
and they're competitive, bro.
How much of a
I like
difference maker is having Clowney and Diggs back? That's like, if we don't have Clowney, we can't do anything, right?
Huge
Yeah,
up front.
I
They
mean,
got to
ask
get after
Carson
Rodgers.
Wentz.
Yeah, no doubt.
No,
Dang.
that's no.
Dang.
No,
yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
ask him.
No, I
No,
can't.
you ask
him
him.
in 2
You
weeks.
interview him.
I can't. He's in concussion protocol still.
Still in the
Jeez.
tent?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pitching in 10. The season's over.
Titans, Ravens. Titans, Ravens.
anything wrong?
Nope, you're saying everything right.
Okay. What do we got?
Titans, Ravens.
I'm all in on the Ravens, man. I love their swag. I love Mark Ingram is one of my favorite people. He just he's the best.
great.
Like he just sets the
How about
tone
his
on that
intro
team.
for Lamar Jackson all the
He's so
time?
good.
I love that.
He's so
I
good
love
because
that.
Lamar's more introverted that way. Like doesn't want that. Mark's
really?
like the ultimate hype man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Have
them.
you
I
seen
love.
it in the press conferences? He
No.
introduces
He
him to come
introduces him.
speak to the
Do
media.
you watch sports or?
Yes,
Yeah,
I watch
so-
competitive
You just
ping
watched
pong,
Cairo
and I
4?
watch
Yeah,
Cairo
sick.
7. I watch the post game in Seattle sports. I watch
Mark introduces him.
watch
at the
old
podium.
Sanchez
like
highlights.
The way I introduce her, but
Yeah,
better.
exactly.
But
You're
funny.
he's Mark Ingram in this case, and I'm Lamar Jackson. I obviously am multi-talented. You know.
yeah. I'm taking the Titans.
Whoa.
Why are you just going to be a contrarian on
the
everything?
road?
Do you actually believe that?
Yeah, dude. I think
You going
Tannehill is.
Tannehill?
Dude, I
And
think
you're stopping
I'll
that
bet you guys
Ravens
both
offense?
a 6-inch turkey from
Oh,
Subway
I
right
stopped
now.
listening after 6 inch. I was like, whoa, what are we doing? It's a family show.
You can't be funnier than me on my own show. That is a rule.
my
Okay, I'll bet you
God.
guys an 8.5 inch. How about that?
Why not a
Don't
foot
know how long that
Right on a foot long because it's a family show, Carissa. Texans and Chiefs. Who do you guys
Your
want?
teammate on the Jets. What?
Hello?
I'm all in on this game. Are you kidding me? Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes.
I know, right?
Game of the week, right?
I'm gonna take the over. Is what I'm gonna do.
You got to.
Start with that.
Yeah.
Right?
I like the Chiefs in this one, even though the defense is still. I know. I think.
Shaky.
Yeah, but the Texans didn't look that good,
They didn't look
And
great.
it's Andy
and they
Reid's.
were at home.
They're up
Yeah.
and down.
I mean, come on. I don't know. You want to go to Kansas City?
I've been.
You ask me if it's a good place to play.
That's
Arrowhead, tough.
that's another issue too. Tough place to play
It
on
is.
the road,
Come on.
outdoors
They
for
play
a dome
in the dome,
team.
yeah.
Cold, yeah. I'm gonna side
Where
with
was
you
the
guys.
game earlier in the year? Because they beat them earlier in the year, right?
Yeah, I think it was
Texans
at
won.
home.
Yeah.
Or yeah, they were.
Tough to beat a team
You think
twice.
Mahomes gets to the Super Bowl? Is this the year?
I don't know if they can beat the Ravens, dude. They can't stop. It's going to be, they got to score
Ravens,
100
Ravens
points.
Saints was my Super Bowl pick, so I'm sticking with the Ravens, and now hoping for the Seahawks.
If it happens, we'll be there.
We'll be there. Mark, where are you gonna be?
I'll be there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
I'm
if you were
gonna be
included
there.
since this is now our podcast.
Yeah.
What you were gonna do?
Yeah, how did...
You saw the cake, dude. Your name wasn't on it. Sorry.
Thank you. Can I just clean up or anything?
Thank you so much for being here. It's our
Seriously,
first
I know
episode.
I'll never. Oh, it is.
Yes.
It is.
Oh my
That's why
god.
we want,
I
this
feel
is incredible.
honored.
You should. This is
Wait,
awesome.
That's really nice of you guys. Thank
No,
you.
everybody
It
else
might
was
be my
sick or out
last.
of town, but thank you.
Well, you know,
my
I'm about to be
God.
out of town and never come back.
Steve Poole was out of town.
Steve
And if you
Poole.
don't know who Steve Poole is, he was the Seattle
Shame on
weatherman.
you.
Shame on you. Carissa, you're the best.
You guys seriously,
You're awesome.
thank you.
Where can people
That was
follow you
so
on
nice.
social media?
Who cares? I don't even know the handle is. It's my name. It's something else. I don't know.
She's a beast. She's the best.
cares?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
Go
me.
Seahawks.
Go Hawks. Lose the C, would you?